People tend to dwell more on negative things than on good things. So the mind then becomes obsessed with negative things, with judgments, guilt, and anxiety produced by thoughts about the future and so on. By Eckhart Tolle. As being a college student, I have witnessed many of my peers become too stressed out with schoolwork that they have proceeded to develop anxiety or make their anxiety prior to college 10 times worse. If students and even society understood the disorder better and realized what you can do to stop it or even get help, we wouldn't be so freaked out when we hear the word anxiety. Anxiety is an important issue to know about, mainly because it is becoming more common among us. Here are some interesting facts regarding this disorder. USA Today stated, a national survey on the state of stress in America, to be released today by the American Psychological Association, finds that money and work are the biggest stressors for the almost 3/4 of Americans. That's up from 59% for both last year. Did you ever think that anxiety is hereditary? Well, it is. As Dr. Mary Gramley stated, stress in our lives, especially during our fetal development, can actually turn on and off certain genes that protect us from specific mental illnesses, such as anxiety and maybe even depression. Some people who have this disorder think they had a choice, or something is wrong with them. Well, it's not entirely true. Most people couldn't decide they had it or not. Your parents or relatives are who helped make that decision. Also, scientists are saying it is becoming clear that many of these disorders are caused by a combination of factors including changes in the brain and environmental stress. However, another interesting fact is there are several different types of anxiety. For example, there's generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, also social phobia, and many others. How can you deal with anxiety? There are medicines out there that can help with the mental disorder. There are popular medications called SSRIs, which in other terms are called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. When someone has anxiety, there's an abnormal balance of serotonin in their brain. Some people have extremely high serotonin and some people have extremely low, but there really isn't an in-between, so these medications help block the receptors to level them out. However, if you don't like medications, you can go to a therapist, enjoy a nice long walk, or jog, or even exercise. Or maybe you would even like to talk to a family member, a close friend, a teacher. There are different ways to cope with this disorder. Men versus women and anxiety. Women are twice as likely to have an anxiety disorder as men. Treatment options and resources are usually the same for both men and women, with the exception of women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. Anxiety can worsen, improve, or stay the same during pregnancy, and that may affect their treatment. While men are aware that anxiety disorders exist, very few realize how often it affects them. Often men refuse to admit to themselves they can have a mental issue. Men often struggle with performance anxiety, and specific issues relate to shyness and masculinity. In conclusion, everyone knows at least one person who is suffering from anxiety or who has suffered from it before. College is just one of the many places you may see it. College is beyond stressful at times, which doesn't help with this disorder if you had it before college, or even you may develop it while you're in college. Students and society need to be better educated so they can help prevent this from happening or be understanding of others who are suffering from this disorder. Also, so you can help stop the disorder if you do have it. Practically everybody knows what it's like to feel anxious, worried, nervous, afraid, uptight, or panicky. Often, anxiety is just annoyance, but sometimes it can cripple you and prevent you from doing what you really want with your life. But I have some great news for you. You can change the way you feel. By David D. Burns.